Hello and welcome to Top10List.org, where you get a world of knowledge in 10 simple points. On today's episode, we're going to discuss the most watched sports in the world, and we're going to start at number 10 with boxing. Boxing is a combat sport, and who does not like combat sports? During the game, two people fight using their fists. This originated in the 2nd and 3rd millennium BC, and it was popular in Roman and Greek cultures, where the only entertainment for the masses was to watch humans and animals combat. Muhammad Ali was the face of boxing, and today boxing has a viewership of over 2 million fanatics. Number 9 is golf. Golf is a precision club and ball sport using various types of clubs to hit balls in the hole. The golf course consists of either 19 or 18 holes. Finding its origin in Rome, China, and Scotland, golf has evolved to a spectator sport over the years. Tiger Woods was the face of golf for a long time until his personal life dragged his career to a standstill. Number 8 is athletics. Athletics is a collection of running, jumping, walking, and throwing games. It is inexpensive and one of the most popular sports in the world. Starting back to the 776 BC Olympics, athletics is now an integral part of the Summer Olympics. It is at the Olympics that the athletics is watched with interest and passion. The World Athletic Meet had a viewership of 8 to 9 million in the men's 100 meter and the women's high jump. Number 7 is baseball. The 2009 World Series is the most prestigious tournament of baseball in the United States and Canada and has a viewership of 19.1 million viewers. Baseball was initially played in England in the mid-19th century, and in North America, various versions of the game did develop. It is the national sport of the United States. Number 6 is horse racing. Horse racing is an equestrian sport that has evolved from the ancient chariot races. Horse racing is associated with gambling and generated $115 billion during the last season. Horse racing can be broadly categorized into thoroughbred horses, endurance racing, or quarter horse racing. An important race is the Kentucky Derby race. Along with others, it is held in June each year. This is a sport usually associated with the elite and rich and upper class, models and celebrities, and also there are the usual faces seen on the race course. Number 5 is motor racing. Auto racing, also called car racing or motor racing, is one of the most televised sports. Formula One is the most popular kind of single-seat car racing tournament in the world and is a world championship sport. Single-seat racing is not only about teams, there are also car racing clubs like Monoposto Racing. The other kind of single-seat racing is kart racing, which is on a smaller scale on low-cost tracks. The Grand Prix began in France in 1984 along with the Le Mans and was an endurance test for a car and a driver. Grand Prix evolved into Formula Racing and later Formula One. Formula One championships are also called the Grand Prix. Number 4 is tennis. Wimbledon matches had about 2.2 million viewers per match, whereas the US Open had a viewership of 63.5 million in all, with each match having 10 million viewers. The game of tennis originated in the United Kingdom and spread among the English-speaking population in the world and is now an Olympic sport. Tennis has some major tournaments: the Grand Slam Tournament, Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon, US Open, which are all widely watched. Number 3, a personal favorite of mine, is basketball. Basketball has about 2 billion spectators worldwide, though most are in USA and Europe. The NBA is the most popular league, with all its matches being closely watched. The NBA has a viewership of 1.5 to 2 million per match and a total viewership of 15 million per season. The NCCA drew a viewership of 12 million viewers. Number 2, we have cricket. Immensely popular from the beginning since its inception in England and in the 16th century, cricket is more popular in test-playing countries and is the second most watched sport after football. The Cricket World Cup in 2007 had 672,000 spectators in the stadium alone and about 2.2 billion television viewers, with the matches being telecast in 200 countries. The 2011 Cricket World Cup will be broadcasted in 220 countries. At number 1 is football, or as we know in the US, soccer. With over 3.5 billion fans, football or soccer is undeniably the most watched sport in the world. Football has maximum stadium capacity and the greatest number of people buying football merchandise. A number of competitions and events held, such as the World Cup, the UEFA League, American Cup, etc. Also, there are a maximum number of teams, leagues, and clubs for football all over the world. The current Football World Cup in 2010 has about 715.1 million people who watch the final game. It is the world's most widely viewed sport event today. Thank you for joining us on this very powerful edition of Top 10. If you enjoyed, don't forget to click subscribe and join us again for another edition of Top 10 List.